November was a huge month for us budget-wise because we bought a house. So today I'm sharing our whole budget for November, how we spent and saved every dollar. And you may recognize that we are in a different space, and that is because we are in a new house. So let's get into this budget report. If you're new here, hey, I'm Marissa, and here I like to talk about life and money and how you can enjoy life and still accomplish financial goals through the use of a budget. I want to help you make more money, save more money. So if any of that is interesting to you, subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any new videos. I also share my monthly budget here on YouTube for you to check out. So without further ado, let's just jump into the budget and I'll show you what our budget was looking like this month. So first off, we have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out. Jacob works in marketing as a W-2 employee, and then I have my own small business here on YouTube, and I pay myself a salary out of my business. And I do have this blocked out just for privacy. We did have a little extra other income coming in this month, so $384 added there. So as a grand total, we brought home $8,847.57. This is after taxes, insurance, 401k, HSA, all that good stuff. So now to show you where we spent all of that money this month with our zero-based budget. Also, I forgot to mention, if you want to check out this budget template, I have it available on my shop. I will leave the link to it down below and you can check it out there as an instant download, works in Excel, Google Sheets, and you can start your budgeting journey with that. And I've been using this for years. Next we have is the expense section. First we have our tithe and African New Life, and these are things that we donate to. Next we have is our phones at 100, and then insurance. This is car insurance for both of our cars at 122.32. Also, you may know, I'm just gonna pause here. You may notice we are still in the middle of unpacking. We just got here a week ago. So I'm honestly shocked that we have as much up as we do. But right now is power hour, nap time, quiet time for the kids. So Jacob is running around getting stuff done and I'm sitting down working. So don't mind if you see Jacob running around doing all of that as well. But this was like the best lighting and most like put together room that we have right now in our living room. So anywho, insurance, 122.32. Next we have is life insurance, and that is $52.89. We have a term life insurance policy on myself and my husband Jacob. Then we have groceries. This month we spent a lot. We spent $658.11, and the reason for that is because we moved to a new house. Jacob did like a mega Costco run, and so we've been stocking up on all of the essentials that we didn't have because we moved from out of state. We previously lived in Portland, Oregon, and we moved to Phoenix, Arizona. So it was a whole move, and we had to just restock our fridge and pantry with all of the essentials. Next we have is eating out. This was also expensive for that, and I should have known, I should have included that, but we budgeted $150. We actually spent $359.32, and the biggest reason for that was because of the move. So Jacob actually drove down to Arizona twice in the month of November. We bought a new build house, and so in mid-November, Jacob had a like walkthrough with the builder to do like look at all the, you know, the finishing final touches. And so he came down for that. He drove one of our cars down, and then he flew back up to Portland, and then 10 days later he did the drive again with our second car, and that was like our final move. I stayed in Portland with my boys who are 3 and 18 months, and I stayed in Portland with them and then flew down with my parents a week later because I didn't want to have us all road trip down. That did not sound interesting to me. And also then it gave Jacob a little bit of time to like set up the essentials like our beds before we got down here. So therefore, eating out, this was just all of his meals like on the road. And for like the first week when he was here, and we didn't really have groceries yet. So expected that to be higher. Gas also should have budgeted better for this. Yeah, we spent a lot in gas because we drove 2 cars down from Portland to Arizona. So it's $6.45.65. A lot in gas. The one thing I will say is that gas here in Phoenix, like our local Costco, is $2.99 a gallon. That is like $1 less than what is currently going on in Portland for us that we would pay. So that's crazy. Next we have is fun. We budgeted $50, we spent $172. Kind of a lot. We did a couple big things this month. We went to Zoo Lights in Portland, and we also did like another drive-through Christmas light thing in Portland as well, and that was like $50 itself. So there were a lot of things that we were doing for fun as our like last hurrah to Portland. I didn't realize just how over budget we were on all of these things this month. Next we have miscellaneous. We budgeted 100, we spent 379.70. So that was a lot too. Again, probably most likely due to all the weird moving situation things. Then we have college. We contribute $100 to each boy's 529 college savings plan, 100 each month to each boy's. So this, we were planned to do 200, but we had some family also give money to their college, so we included that there. I think some of this other income included that college donation that they made. Okay, so as a grand total, we spent $2,818 and a penny. Okay, so now let's look at the savings section of our budget. Fun. So this is where all of the extra things that we are working on saving for are here. I do have the first few things here in light blue and then everything else in a different color blue because I keep the things that are in light blue in our high yield savings account. I have our high yield savings account through CIT Bank. I've shared about them before, but they're who I use. They have the highest rates around that I can see. Right now with their platinum savings account, you can earn 5.05%, and that's been huge. We have kept our down payment. You can see here, we've kept our down payment, our emergency fund, any like savings goal that we're not pulling out of every single month. We like to keep that in our high yield savings account to let that build interest. And so we've made some good interest off of that because we've had, especially because we've had our down payment in there. But even just keeping your emergency fund in a high yield savings account is awesome because you're literally just earning money off of your money sitting in the bank of what you would plan to do with your emergency fund anyway. I would highly recommend opening up a high yield savings account. There's no fees, it's free to open, it's FDIC insured. I will leave a link to CIT Bank down in the description box below and you can check them out. I'd highly recommend signing up for a high yield savings account, especially right now that rates are high. Rates are really high, and as soon as the Fed starts to cut interest rates, high yield savings account rates will go down, which still it's going to be better than what you'd earn in a traditional bank account. But take advantage of the super high rates that are going on right now and open up a high yield savings account. So all that to be said, emergency fund we have in that high yield account, and I have this blocked out for privacy, but we do have a 6-month emergency fund saved there. Next we have is our move fund. So this is where we've been putting every extra penny to go towards furnishings and all expenses we may need for the move. Like we bought this credenza here. I think it's super cute from Target. Ceiling fans. We had to buy ceiling fans, and even you're propped up here on a chair that I bought using that fund as well. So there's just a lot of extra things that, you know, we had to purchase for the home, so we have that in the move fund. Also, when we moved in, because it is a new build home, the backyard is just a dirt patch, so we are planning to put in turf and rocks and plants and have it like actually look nice. So we do have a few like landscaping bids coming out. We've gotten a couple so far, but hopefully next week we can solidify that. But we've been saving for that as well because we want to have a great backyard that the kids can play in. That's like been one of the things we've been so excited about of moving to Phoenix, is more sunshine days that they can be outside. So we actually put in $7,664.95, and we spent $6,230 out of that fund in the month of November because, again, moving in and lots of extra things that we purchased for the home here. I shared this in an Instagram post, but you guys know I'm a budgeter, I'm a saver, and I'm saving with intentionality. I know that I'm saving for moving expenses. I know that I'm saving to like buy these things, but somehow it still is kind of hard to like let all that money go. And I feel like I've been on this like shopping spree of like purchasing all these things, but they've been planned for. I've had a spreadsheet for like 9 months now of knowing all the things that we wanted to buy, and I've been planning for it, I budgeted for it, and now we're spending the money. And it's exciting because I've saved for that. I have the permission to spend, but also it's kind of scary to like let go of all that money. Let me know if you can like relate to that at all, if you've ever felt that, but I'm definitely feeling that as we're like spending the money right now. Next we have is the down payment. So this was like an estimate that we had, but then actually solidified when we closed on the house. So we had $203 extra than we needed in that fund, so that's why I took that out of there. But we put our down payment of $23,397. The great thing about CIT Bank is that you can wire transfer directly from that bank account to the recipient that you need. So that's what we did for our down payment, and there was no fee for that either. So wire transferred over our down payment straight from CIT Bank. My 3-year-old's out of quiet time right now, so you might hear his little voice. Next we have is our moving fund. So this was like the actual process of moving, paying for the pods, the movers, like Jacob's flight home. I could have put like the gas and eating out to this as well, but honestly at the end of the day I had so many transactions to record that I just put them to eating out and gas, so that's fine. So we actually ended up having $2,282 extra in our moving fund than what we needed, so I took that out.
But my quiet time is too long.
No, it's not. It just started. You need to go upstairs, please. So we spent $6,194.75. This was like the last payment for our pods and paying for the movers who moved us into our house here in Arizona. Next we have his taxes. We're not putting anything to that right now because I have that saved. Then we have Jacob. Jacob gets $200 of personal spending money. I also budgeted $75 in my personal spending, and I spent $53.48. And then extra giving, we put $50 into that. Gifts, we put $50, and we spent $70.10. And then all these other things we are not putting into right now. Medical, we did spend $1,181.69 to finish off some medical bills that we had. We actually just hit our family max out of pocket, so that should be done now. Dues and subs, we budgeted $50 and we actually put in $50, and then card maintenance we budgeted $50, and then we've spent $154.55. Next we have house maintenance, and I'm not putting anything, we didn't spend anything because we didn't have a house at that time. We were renting for, I forgot to mention this, we've been staying with my parents in Portland until we moved down here because we had a little gap of when we sold our house to when we moved down to Phoenix. So we were living there rent-free, which is so nice. So house maintenance, we didn't have anything there because we didn't have a house. Next we have is household. We put $100 into that fund and we actually spent $27.02. And then for the kids, we budgeted $250 and I spent $524.27 on them to get some essentials and things for them. This includes things like clothing, toys, diapers, basically anything that we need because of having little kids. Again, my kids are 3.5 and 1.5. So altogether, we put $6,029 into savings, but we spent $137,833 from our savings. But all of the money that we had allocated this month from our income was to the expenses and the savings. We don't have any consumer debt besides now our mortgage, and we have a zero-based budget. The difference here equals 0, which is the difference between our income and the expenses and the savings. So that is our zero-based budget. I also want to show you a little net worth update. It's been a while since I've shared this just because we were in limbo. We had a lot of stuff going on, but I think I feel comfortable sharing this now. So our net worth, your net worth is made up of your assets minus your liabilities, or the things you own minus the things that you owe. So first off we have is our assets, and we have retirement. Our retirement went up a lot this month because of some great market changes. So we now have $143,800 in that. Our house value, I have at about $580,000 and for our new house here. And then our emergency fund, the extra cash that we have in all of our additional sinking funds, our HSA, and we have a little Robinhood account with the $100 in it. Next we have is our Highlander, and we have our 2024 Kia Carnival in here as well. And I get those car values off of Kelley Blue Book. So all of our total assets here is $861,000, but then we do have a mortgage balance of $400,517. So the difference here is our net worth is at $461,000 for our net worth. I think we had like a great deal with our house because we paid less than what it would be worth. So that's great with our whole new build situation. So we definitely got a big increase here with our overall net worth, and we like to see that. So that is a wrap up of our whole month for November, how we budgeted, spent and saved every dollar, and it was definitely a big month for us. Again, if you want to check out this budget template, I will leave a link to that down below. And also, if you want to get started with budgeting, I have a course all about it that'll teach you how to create and optimize your budget to fit your lifestyle and your goals. And you can check that out in the description box down below as well. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.